everybody, welcome back. My name is Amanda. I'm going to be taking you through a 25 to 30 minute intermediate mat workout today. You don't need any props today, just yourself and the mat. We're going to go ahead and get started in a seated position. We're going to be mobilizing our spine quite a bit today. So we're just going to start with a nice warm up breathing into the back. So you're going to have your knees bent, your hands stacked right on top of your shins. We're going to take a nice big inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, we're going to nod the chin and we're going to peel the spine away from an imaginary wall as you round right over your thighs. As you're here, you're trying to keep the sits bones really firmly rooted down onto the mat. You're really just rounding through the spine. And take a nice big inhale through the nose. Feeling the breath really expand into the back rib cage. And then exhale out through the mouth. We're going to do that again. Take another nice big inhale here through the nose. And then on the exhale, let's go ahead and stack the spine up from tail to head. Let's do that again. Let's take another big inhale through the nose. On the exhale, let's nod the chin, rounding the spine forward over the thighs. Staying rounded, taking a nice big inhale here through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth one more time. Another nice big inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, let's stack that spine up tail to head. We're going to roll our back right back down onto the mat. We have the knees bent, feet flat. Sits bones width apart, and we're going to move into hip rolls. So we're going to take an inhale through the nose. On the exhale, we're going to tuck that tail using the obliques. And then we're going to use the glutes to roll the pelvis off the mat. We're ending on the widest part of the shoulder blades. We're taking a nice big inhale to stay and really reach those knees forward towards whichever it is that's in front of you. And then think of bringing your pubic bone towards the ceiling, your belly button towards the lower back as you roll the spine down. Really trying to articulate, starting with that upper back, then rolling all the way through to that lower back and pelvis, and then back to your neutral. Again, let's inhale. Exhale, use those abdominals to imprint. Really get that curl and then peel the spine up. Really, again, focusing on the articulation and warming up the spine, warming up those muscles through the back of the hip. Take an inhale to stay, keeping that chest nice and wide. And then on the exhale, think of keeping the pelvis where it is, but feel that rib cage soften and almost feel your spine pull away from your head as you melt it down, moving through that imprint back to neutral. Let's do this 2 more times. Take an inhale. On the exhale, we use those abdominals to imprint and the glutes to peel all the way up, ending on the widest part of your shoulder blades. We stay and take a nice breath, pressing down through the feet, reaching the knees out in front of you. And then begin to melt that spine all the way back down, moving through your imprint, back to your neutral last time. Let's take an inhale here. Exhale, abdominals to imprint, glutes to roll up. One last big inhale. And on the exhale, let's melt that spine down. Moving through your imprint, back to your neutral. We're going to take an inhale here now. On the exhale, you're going to use your obliques to find your imprint. We're going to pull the legs up to your tabletop position. Inner thighs squeeze together. Then we're going to curl, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders. The gaze is just at your knees. We're warming up the abdominals, going right into the 100. We're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Then on the exhale, let's lengthen the legs. 4, 5, we inhale, take the full 5 counts, so pull them in, then exhale, reach them long. 4, 5, we in, 2, 3, 4, 5, feeling that movement through the hips and knees. Inhale, 3, 4, 5, we exhale, 3, 4, 5, in, 3, 4, 5, we exhale, 3, 4, 5, good, inhale, 3, 4, 5, keeping the shoulders lifted off the mat. Inhale, 4, 5, we exhale, 3, 4, 5, in, 3, 4, 5, good, exhale, 3, 4, 5, last set, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5. Keep those legs on that long diagonal. exhale, try to curl up a little bit more. Holding it here, mobilizing that shoulder joint, just lift the arms back by the ears for 5, then press them back down. We lift them up for 4, press them down. This is 3, good, down, 2 more, 2, last 1, press them down, bend the knees, grab behind the legs, roll the body up. We're in a seated position, knees are bent. Arms are gonna reach straight in front of us. I'm gonna ankle a little bit just so you can see the movement through my pelvis. Our spine is rounded over the legs. From here, initiating from the lower back, we're gonna roll into our half roll back position. Just now warming up those lower obliques, opening through the hips, and then draw that rib cage down, returning forward. And again, use that exhale. Feel the glutes draw down, the obliques pull up, and then inhale, return back. Again, exhale, we roll. Try to get just that lower back down, and then return back. We have 3 more, scooping back for 3. Inhale, return. Exhale, back for 2. Good, inhale, return. We scoop it back for 1. Return, we're gonna stack the spine up nice and tall. We're gonna challenge our abdominals a little bit more. Legs are reaching straight out in front now. Hands are coming in front of the forehead. We're lifted up nice and tall through the spine, okay? On the exhale, we're rolling back. We're rolling the pelvis away from the thighs. Hands stay glued to the forehead. We're gonna take an inhale here to stay. Now on the exhale, I want you to draw that rib cage down, round back over the thighs. And then we're gonna stack the tail up. Stack the spine back up from tail to head. Again, on that exhale, we scoop, roll back. So we roll back tail to head. Again, try to focus on that articulation. We inhale, stay, breathe into the rib cage. Exhale, now think head to tail, right? We come back over the thighs. And then we're stacking the spine back up, tail to head. Let's do it again. Exhale, scoop, roll back, right? Feel those lower abdominals, those lower obliques, the hips open up as we go back. Take an inhale to stay. Now exhale, feel those upper abdominals, feel that rib cage glide down, those external obliques that help pull you forward, my hip closes. And then I stack back up, tail to head, feel the muscles through the spine, pulling you back up. One more time, we scoop, roll it back. We inhale, stay. Exhale, draw that rib cage downwards, rounding over the thighs. And then we're stacking back up, bottom to top. We're gonna roll all the way down to the mat. We're scooping and rolling back. We're gonna bend the knees so the feet are flat. Okay, we're gonna go into some oblique work now. So we've been articulating our spine. Now we're gonna add some rotation. Hands are behind the head. We're gonna find your imprint. We're pulling your legs up to tabletop. Inner thighs are connected together. On the exhale from the rib cage, we're gonna rotate and twist to the right, but as you do that, allow your legs to slightly move over to the left, okay? Just to almost make a little room for your rib cage. It's very small, and your right hip and left hip are both still down on the mat. We inhale, just pass through center. Exhale, we're gonna rotate and twist to the left. Knees just move a little over to the right. Inhale, pass through center. We exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. So we're getting just that nice movement through the ribs. Exhale, rotate. That's it. Exhale, lift. And up. Again, both hips. Stay down. We just have a little shift. Side to side with the legs. For 6. This is 5. This is 4. 3. 2. 1. Coming center. Both legs are going to reach straight up. We're going into our scissors. Right leg is reaching long. We grab onto your left thigh. It's a reach, reach, pass through. Reach, reach. Getting that nice hamstring stretch, right? And hip flexor stretch. When we're here, it's easier to stabilize. Control as you pass through. That's where I want you to think about the shift, that you're keeping that torso nice and stable. For 6. It's exhale. Good. And 3. This is 2. This is 1. We're coming center. We bend the knees. Let's lower the head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to go into the rollover from here. Okay, so our spine should be nice and warm. That's why we did all that preparatory work. However, I want to make note, if you have any sensitivity through your neck, or if you have had any neck or cervical issues, I would advise you to stick with the prep. So I'm going to show that first. And that would just be crossing your ankles, making a diamond shape or in an imprint, and just focusing on rolling the pelvis, the lumbar off, and then returning back down. So you're not moving all the way up to your neck. You're just focusing on getting the connection through the lower obliques and just starting with the lower back. If you feel okay for your body to move on to the full, I'm going to have you follow along with us. You're going to find your imprint. Legs are coming up to tabletop, inner thighs connect, and then we're going to have both legs reaching out to a long diagonal. It's going to be an inhale to hinge at the hips. On the exhale, use the abdominals to reach the legs overhead, rolling up to the widest part of your shoulder blades. We're going to separate the legs and flex the feet. And now keep the legs still in space as you roll down. Head to tail, hip imprint, and extend at the hip and close the legs. It's an inhale to hinge, exhale, roll over. Inhale to separate and flex. Exhale to roll that spine down, reach out and squeeze. Inhale to hinge, exhale, roll over. Inhale to separate and flex. Exhale to roll down, hip imprint, extend and squeeze. One more, inhale, hinge, exhale, roll over. Inhale, separate and flex. Exhale, melt that spine down, hip imprint, extend and squeeze. Bend both knees in, hug them to your chest. Nice work, everyone. We're gonna flip over into your stomach. We're gonna do some work into extension, okay? So we have our legs reaching long, okay? They're nice and parallel. Elbows are gonna be bent by your side, hands are in line with your shoulder. Nose is just hovering off that mat. Here, make sure that you're nice and neutral through the pelvis, so pubic bone pressing down, abdominals pulling up, lower back should feel supported. From here, on the inhale, we're gonna roll the shoulders back. Exhale, we reach the crown of the head so far forward, it has nowhere else to go but slightly up. And we extend through that thoracic spine. Bottom rib stays down, chest is lifted. Take an inhale, maintain that sense of reach. And then on the exhale, let's bring that spine back down. Allow the shoulders to round over. We inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, we lengthen and lift. We inhale to stay. And then exhale, let's bring that spine back down. 2 more. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, we lengthen and lift. Inhale, stay. You should be feeling nothing through the lower back. And then exhale, return back down, round the shoulders back over. 1 more time. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. It's an exhale to lengthen and lift. Inhale, maintain. And then exhale, return the body down. Now we're going to add some movement through the hip. Now because we're moving the hip, we're going to be able to extend the spine a little bit more, okay? So on the inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders back. On the exhale, as I extend the spine, I separate and turn out the legs. So I've now allowed for more movement through the spine. I can now come into my full spinal extension where my glutes draw down, abdominals pull up. I inhale, stay again. And then on the exhale, as I bring my spine back down, I rotate my legs back to parallel, sits bones width apart, and return my body to the start. I inhale, roll back. On the exhale, my head and feet reach away. My legs turn out. I peel my spine up. Again, pubic bone comes down. My hips can come up as I extend through my spine. I inhale to stay. Exhale, I bring the legs back to parallel as I lower the spine down. 2 more. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, reach, separate and turn out as I press lightly into the hands to extend the spine. I inhale to stay. Feel that nice stretch to the front of the body. And then exhale, returning back down, rotating back to parallel. 1 more time. Inhale, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, lengthen and peel up. Inhale to stay. And then exhale, returning the body back down. Wonderful job. We're going to move onto your side. We're going to have your spine in a long line. So think of lining yourself up with the back of the mat. Hands are going to be behind the head. And then your legs are going to be piked forward. So at my hip joint, I'm folded forward. So again, I'm neutral through my torso, flexed at my hip. Hands are behind my head, and I'm going to have my top leg up hip height. From here, I'm doing 2 kicks forward. I kick forward for 2. But now as I reach back, I'm going to connect through my lat and oblique, and I'm going to lift up. So I'm in a long line, hovering off the mat. As I kick my leg forward, I lower down. I kick, as I point, reach back, I connect and find that long line. 2 kicks forward. 1, 2. So now I'm getting some lateral movement through the spine, right? Kicking for 2, point and reach back if you want that breath. It's an inhale, exhale. Forward, inhale, exhale. 2 more. 2, reach and lift. Last 1. 1, reach and lift. Pull those legs together. Let's bend both knees. We're going to come up to your forearm. Okay, you're going to have your elbow angled in and your hand out, kind of on a 45-degree angle here. And I still have a good sense of stability through my shoulder and through those lateral stabilizers. From here, my legs stay together, just my top knee. I'm going to open into a clamshell and I lower down. So again, I'm stabilizing through my pelvis, moving at my hip. I lift and lower, focusing on that external rotation. Down. Again, if someone was just looking at my upper body, they would see no movement. Down. This is 4. Good. 3. This is 2. This is 1. From here, I'm going to lift my leg. So I'm in that external rotation. Now I'm going to bring my foot up, okay? Now I'm working through internal rotation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap my knees together. I tap my knees, and then I turn out. I tap in, working internal rotation. Still staying lifted. Everything through the upper body maintains. Up. That's it. 6. Open. 5. Open. Good. 4. That's it. 3. This is 2. This is 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my leg now so it's just hovering. So if I'm looking at my hip, my knee, and my ankle, I have a long line. Now, I'm just folding at my hip. I flex, and then I bring it back. I extend. That's it. I pull forward, I flex at the hip, I extend at the hip. My knee joint stays stable, right? My pelvis, I'm still neutral. And back. 5. Reach. The height of the leg is staying the same. I'm just swinging it back and forth. 3. This is 2. This is 1. Now bring it back, hold it here. We have 8 little lifts. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as I place the leg down, I'm going to use my tricep, I'm going to push up. So I'm now in a mermaid position. I'm going to take my arm, I'm going to bring it back. So it's now in line with my hip. And I'm going to take my my right hand, I'm going to place it behind my back. From here, as I bend my elbow, I'm going to rotate. I lift my back leg off. I push and come back to center. Now I bend, I get a little rotation and lift. And then I move back center as I place it down. I bend, rotate, push, lift. Bend, rotate, push, lift. That's it. This is 6. Press. 5. Press, getting nice rotation through the spine. This is 3. 2 more. 2. Last. 1. Coming up, and go ahead, give yourself a nice counter stretch before swinging everything over to the other side. So remembering how we started, we have that long line through the spine. We're folded at the hips, hands are behind the head. So now again, you see the whole pattern, right? We can find that connection through that bottom oblique. Top leg comes up hip height, 2 kicks forward. Kick, kick. Point, reach and lift, finding that long line. We come down, 2, exhale up. It's inhale, exhale. Good, in and lift. 4 more. 4, 4, 3. 2 more. 2. Last 1. And lift. Beautiful. Coming up on that forearm. Legs are stacked. We have that slight 45-degree angle with the elbow. That top knee starts. We clamshell open and down. Lift and lower. Up. Beautiful, down, staying connected through the side. This is 4. This is 3. Good, for 2. For 1. Now we lift it up, and then we bring that foot up. So our feet are separated, so now we work that internal rotation. We tap the knees, then out. Tap the knees. Good, out. Watch that the whole body doesn't fall forward, right? It's just from the hip joint. The pelvis is stable. 6. In 5. That's it. 4. Good, staying stable through the shoulder. This is 2. This is 1. Now bring the leg down. We're just hovering off. We still have that nice connection. And now we flex. We flex forward. We extend back. We flex forward. Extend back. We fold and right? But my spine doesn't move. I'm nice and neutral. So everyone's range of motion here might be a little different, right? For 3, we have 2. This is 1. We're gonna keep it back. So our hip is in that extension. We have those little lifts up for 8, the whole shape. 7, 6, I shouldn't see more of your foot or more of your knee. It should be moving together. That's it. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna place the knee down, we push up. We're gonna bring the our right hand back so it's in line with the hip. Left hand comes behind the head. We rotate, lower the elbow as we lift that back leg. So we're just floating it off the mat. We push and come center. We bend, rotate. We push, lift. We rotate and up. Feel that nice spiral through the spine. Lift. 5 and up as we come down. It's almost just like a rocking sensation. As my leg lifts, my elbow bends and up, but my chest is still lifted. Right, I'm not dumping towards the floor. 2 more. 2, down, 1, and down. Let's bring both legs in front. Let's have our legs separated about hip width apart. If you're very tight through your hamstrings, you can also keep a slight bend here. I think actually that's what I'm gonna have to do today. We're gonna finish with some saw. We're gonna take the arms away because I really just want you to focus on what's happening through the spine and getting a nice stretch through the hamstrings. So we're gonna have the hands in front of the forehead. We're gonna take an inhale as we rotate to the left. Now go back to the beginning of class. When we talked about articulating, you're gonna nod the chin. We're gonna round forward, head to tail, over that right leg. We're gonna stack the spine back up, tail to head, and then we're gonna spiral right through center all the way to the right. And we're gonna exhale, flex forward, head to tail. And we're stacking that spine back up. Again, we're coming through center, spiraling up, tail to head. We round forward on that exhale. We inhale. We exhale. Then inhale, keep spiraling over to the right. Exhale, we're rounding forward. We inhale, stack up. On the exhale, let's come center. Both hands come down. One big inhale. Exhale, nod the chin, round forward. Hands reaching towards the feet. Stay for one big inhale. And then on the exhale, let's stack the spine all the way back up. Tail to head. Awesome job, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you meet me again on the mat next week.